I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, 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 and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we're getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see the thumbnail and you see the title. We have to talk about what it means to be protectors. And yes, I said protectors in Black America, okay? Because tonight's broadcast, we're going to be covering the role of what Black men should do to be protectors in Black America during these times we're in, and to set a path and a legacy for the way forward. We're going to talk about what our sisters need to tackle to be protectors in the area that they're supposed to be protectors in tonight, so they can pass that down to the young girls that will grow up to be the next women and mothers of future generations. And we're also going to tackle it from the standpoint of when there's a time for Black men and Black women to come together and protect things. Because let's be clear, let me tell you why I made the statement the way I did. There's a time when there's things that the men are supposed to handle by ourselves. There's a time that there's things that the women are supposed to handle by themselves, because that's their wheelhouse, that's their expertise. I mean, we both have our roles. However, there are times where an issue that affects the whole of the community, then we stand together united on code as one, okay? So that's what we're going to be covering here tonight in several different scenarios, recent scenarios. And, you know, one of them, I'm going to tell you right now, the onset of this broadcast is going to be hard for me to cover it, but I must cover it as well because it's going to be bittersweet, but a lesson must be learned with what we're going to be covering. So I'm just going to let you know it's going to be a part in the broadcast where I will give the disclaimer again to let you know what we're going to be covering is going to be very serious, okay? So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me make sure that I scroll up and greet my esteemed guests that's joining us over tonight. Let me see. I see Black Truth United. What's going on, good brother? Erica Bailey's in the house. I see the good sister Tanisha Murdoch in here. My good brother Hot One, salute to you as well, my brother. If you are a fellow veteran, salute to you also. GB King Harris, what's going on, good brother? Sister Devin Haley, I see you. Prince of Paraphernalia in here. What's going on, T-Pop? Key Prince, I see you, sister. Michael Williams is in the building. Dad Miller TV2 is in the house. Let's see, I see Sharonda, daughter of the Most High. What's going on, sister? I see Stun Zed in the building. Let's see, Derek Parker's in here. My good brother, Seven Skills. And Scylla T, salute to you and everyone that'll be joining us in attendance here tonight. And let me briefly address this again because it might be some new people that doesn't know this. But yes. Let me say this, not just for myself, but all you have to do is check with other members of New Black Media. They're going to shadow ban our channels. They're not going to send the notifications out, okay? Now, let's be clear. Depending on, you know, how much content you put out, generally, YouTube only sends out 5 notifications a day. However, even if you don't put out that kind of content on that volume, they'll still shadow ban channels that sound like this for a reason. So for all the people that's like, I didn't get a notification or I didn't see this and see that, we've said this over and over in New Black Media Spaces. We know they're doing their job, so we're going to do ours, which is why if we tell you to follow us on X or any of our various alternative platforms, so where we a lot of times post before we go live, then you should make sure that you do so. So that way, if YouTube doesn't send you notifications, you'll probably see it on Twitter, because I'm one of the people, let me tell you about myself. I can't speak for other people. I usually make a post on X. I'll make a post on Instagram. Sometimes I'll even post it on the free section of Patreon when we're going live on the main channel, okay? So those are some instructions, and you know some of our people don't like instructions, okay? They don't like them. Those that applies to, then you're going to be left behind, whereas everybody else that has the instructions that follows them, they won't be left behind, okay? So even though YouTube is playing their games and doing their shenanigans, we also have alternatives to offset that. And it's up to you all to listen when we tell you those things, okay? I want to point that out for any member of New Black Media, because we've told y'all, you know, what the deal is. There's no reason to act surprised about it. That's what they're here to do, okay? And we're here to do our job, because no matter what they do, let me tell you something, family. I'm going to say it again, and I said this in my brother Black Alpha Network space, my good brother, okay, my fellow Georgia brother. It's a grand time to be alive, especially if you're a traditionally masculine black man, because let me tell you, brother, something. Now is the time for us to show these disrespectful bastards wherever they're attacking us from, whether it's the system of white supremacy, either political party, these tethers, across the board. This is the time for us to train them and show them, okay, now that you've gone this far, here's your consequence for it. We're going to put these people back in their places because, see, we must take the lead in doing that, because as we set the way forward, that sets the tone for the rest of the society behind us, our women, our children, everybody, okay? So I just want to make that clear. Let me also point this out to you all, okay? You know, ever since this channel has been up and operating over here, I am a strong advocate of the Second Amendment and any other type of means of self-defense that goes along with that, especially training yourself to be in shape and how to defend yourself. That should be something that's a family tradition, to be honest with you today, okay? Everybody in your family, especially if you're a father, in a household, you should have some type of at least weekly, or if not weekly, at least a couple of times a month, family fitness routine where you all get together, hit that gym. Hey, if your kids are old enough, take them to the gun range, all right? Your wife and everything, make sure that you understand how to defend yourself, because we're going to be tested, and that's not something to be afraid of, okay? As men, we don't have the option to be afraid. We are the support beings of our communities and our families. What we do have the option to do is be prepared ahead of time. Don't be the type of brother where you wait till something hit the fan and then be talking about shoulda, woulda, coulda. Start now. Do you hear me? That's what a responsible husband, father, etc. does, okay? You start now, all right? So I just wanted to give that message to all of my people. And let me be thorough with this. I understand that everybody doesn't have a perfect family situation. Everybody's not married. Everybody doesn't have a committed significant other. Well, for you sisters that are in that situation, then that means that you got to step it up and take the lead on being prepared to defend your home and your children, and making sure that you prepared in a number of ways for any scenario within reason that you can be, so that you're not just, when something hit the fan, you're looking around crazy like a chicken with your head cut off, all right? At the business on Patreon coming up tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing the long promised broadcast about GMRS radio communication. That's going to be a very, very detailed broadcast, because I'm also going to point out some other things that will help you survive a grid down situation. The event that the power goes out or cell towers go out, we're going to give you some advice on what you should do in the event of that type of situation, especially if you're a sister out here living alone. Don't sit here and be in a situation like the pandemic, or heaven forbid if you were down here in Georgia or Florida when these hurricanes came through and by yourself didn't know what to do. We're going to get you prepared, okay? It's up to you to take the information and use it, all right? Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we got to make the shield billies, man, because this is about to going to be the only part of the broadcast tonight with any measure of levity, because we do have serious business to take care of. But, the shield billies are crying. Boy, I'm going to tell you right now, boy, they're looking at them polls across, the country. Man, Commandment, it ain't looking good. Oh, Commandment, it ain't looking good. Fact of business, there's something I'm going to mention right after we play this sponsor, because, Shield Billies, we got to play a sponsor for you that I know you're going to love, because I am not a cruel man, okay? I get it. They're nervous for their little peanut jobs. What little peanuts they paying them, okay? They ain't even paying them whole peanuts. They're just paying them an empty peanut husk, okay? And telling them, pat them on the head and tell them, hey, look, you got to stand next to me. I get it, Shield Billies. I understand that Rolando Martini, okay, the last king of chicken wings, he's going to have to prepare to go on a diet, because, he's been hitting the buffet lines pretty hard with them Democrat Shield Billy chicks. I know. You finna have to go a couple of sizes down in clothes. You finna lose a weight, Roland. You need it, okay? Perhaps if you lose enough, you'll actually find a neck if you have it. I still wonder how that man is walking around with no neck on his shoulders, okay? None whatsoever. I get it. Ban the crime, man, Jones. Okay, you ain't gonna have no reason to really be up there weeping for joy. You're gonna be weeping because they ain't gonna be able to use you no more. And depending on what you did with that $100 million that Jeff Bezos gave you, you know they're not gonna be paying you any attention anymore either. Jeff might ask for it back, okay? So you probably gonna be crying about that. I get it. I'm just saying I understand your position. So being that I'm a compassionate brother, what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play the Shillbillies some music to help soothe their souls because you know, this is a song that they might better get used to because the way things are looking, if it continues down this track, well, I got bad news for you. So we hadn't played this classic in a while. We're going to play it tonight.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden is talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump, please, I hope you have a plan.
Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by any ground, all the of lives, and we must do it big, fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first, non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any. Insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow.
Please, I hope you have a plan.
Oh, that's right, Democrat Shillbillies. I hope you have a plan because you're gonna be out of some jobs when the Democrats and your girl come at me and lose. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you how bad it's gonna be. When she lose, you ain't gonna even get a pot of her, tub wash green. You ain't gonna even get that. She gonna take all that back from you, silly Negroes. Okay, it's over with for you. It's over with. Now, okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, because boy, they are angry. Oh man, the K-Hive and all of them just running around, man, sassy as ever. Listen, your sass ain't gonna work, okay? Your sass ain't gonna work. We're in an era now where black men, okay, and black women have finally realized that, hey man, we don't have to put up with this. See, when you know what type of lineage that you come from, even if you go through a dormancy period where you allow disrespect, your ancestors are going to wake you up. That's in your blood. They're going to wake you right back up and then be like, hey, we didn't go through all this hell for you to sit here and suffer this. Get up. Got work to do, okay? And speaking of work to do, before we get into tonight's main subject matter, oh, I know y'all heard about this, didn't you? Oh, I know y'all heard about this. Yeah, this big goofy joker right here, boy. Man, look. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to watch it. And chances are I'm going to cover it. I'll probably break it into 2 parts, or I'll leave it up to you all if you want to go through the entire thing. But yeah, I caught a little bit of it. I got to go through and watch the whole thing. You see her sitting up there with that drink in her hand, you know what I'm saying? Now, from what I saw at the beginning of it, she said that she didn't take a sip of it on camera, but hey, you know, Commandment be lit, boy. She looked like she'd be lit. So she probably did take a drink or 2 or 3 or 4 off camera, okay? Because look now, see, when you talk about me and the teleprompter, okay, if you don't have tub-wash greens, you know, it's kind of hard to read those things. I mean, you know the silliness that comes out this fool mouth, okay? So just expect me to be getting on that in the future after I, you know, suffer through it, okay, and see what type of foolishness is going on in that. And see, man, I got to get on Shannon too. Let me talk to the brothers out here because, you know, I know most of the men in my chat room, this doesn't apply to you. And yo, salute to the good brother Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my brother. I know this doesn't apply to most of you. And salute to Mrs. L down there. I see you, good sister. Salute to you and your husband. I know this doesn't apply to most straight-laced brothers listening to this broadcast that frequent this platform. But man, I don't know what it is about this big overgrown Sambo. But he want to stuff himself into little old tight pants. And then, man, I'm going to tell you something that just irked the hell out of me. I can't stand to see other brothers wearing dress shoes with no goddamn socks. That shit just looks so unprofessional to me. I ain't one of them guys, man, okay? If I'm in something where I ain't wearing no socks or whatever, let there be some slides or something. Or if you at the beach or something, man. You know, I don't know, man. That's just not how I rock, man. But anyway, just know I'm going to get on it, man. I'm going to pause. Whoa. No diddler, okay? Because we don't know, you know what I'm saying, if he might have frequented something important. So now, I mean, I had to catch myself then. I'm going to critique him, okay? I'm going to critique him, all right? That's what's going to happen, all right? So I had to catch myself on that one because, see, we don't want them people getting any ideas because I'm starting to wonder, man, you know, he cozying up to a commandment. You know the only type of man the Democrat Party like. Now, Shannon, I get it. You went and, you know, and you did your little Instagram snafu there to try to prove to everybody that, you know, you ain't rolling with Porter. You ain't Porterized. But I'm just saying, man, you know, Andrew Gillum was playing that role for a while, too. So, you know, I'm not making any insinuations. I'm just putting it out there that, you know, we see you, bro. We keeping our eyes on you, okay? Keeping our eyes on you. And another thing I got to point out to y'all, man, let me give a shout out to the good Dr. Randy Short. Man, look on your screen. I told him on X. If you follow me on there, you probably saw me tell him. And Dr. Short, I had to do it for real, bro. He came up with this meme, or at least this is where I saw it. Dr. Short, if you're not familiar with the good brother Dr. Short, all gasoline to the pedal, to the middle, to the flow, no brakes. Not gonna bite his tongue at all, not gonna miss any words. Dr. Short is hilarious, but he's very truthful, very knowledgeable about a wide range of topics. However, his sense of humor is unmatched. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to steal this from you, Dr. Short. Got to steal it from you. Dr. Short, if you did this, this is brilliant. And it's the truth, because see, that's the funniest type of humor when there's truth to it. I'm more prostitutional than constitutional. And then she got the look like, okay. You know what I'm thinking about doing with this? I'm thinking about using that little animated GIF thing and bring this picture to life and have it singing them songs. Y'all know them little apps like that, man. Look, see, don't encourage me, okay? Don't encourage me. But I had to share this with y'all. So feel free to screenshot it and use it, and make sure that you give our good brother, Dr. Randy Short, a shout out for this. Man, this was hilarious, man. Talk about art imitating life. Literally, okay? Anyway, let me go ahead and take her down here, because we're gonna be dealing with her a little bit later in the broadcast. So family, look, check this out. We're gonna go ahead and get started with tonight's subject matter, okay? Now that we've gotten the pleasantries out the way. I hope everybody's doing well, by the way. I really do, okay? Wherever you are in Black America, May you be blessed and be prosperous. And if you are not in the best of moods or things are not going the way they're supposed to go for you, hey, just remember where we come from, okay? And you have an entire community of people that are behind you, even if it's not where you live, okay? That's one of the reasons why we congregate in these spaces, all right? Just know you got people that have your back and don't hesitate to reach out to talk to somebody, okay? Yeah, even if some of you listening can't stand me, that's cool. You don't have to like me. But what I'm saying is do not just sit in a defeated state, because we are a great and mighty people and we can do anything that we put our minds to, okay? So now, we're going to get started analyzing a couple of things here tonight because, see, family, where we're about to go with this, yeah, this is where I'm calling on all foundational Black American freedmen sisters and some of you non-FBA sisters that are tired of the foolishness, that love your families, love your children, to stand up against this type of nonsense that we're about to review here. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and show you something real quick. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the part of the broadcast where I need to go ahead and say it. Y'all already know it. I sound like a broken record saying this. I'm finna make some enemies. You know, we turn all types of sacred cows to hamburgers over here. We don't worship celebrities. We don't place political parties above Black America at all. I don't care whether it's Democrats or Republicans. We do not do that. Okay, so in case you're a white person listening, you're getting all happy. Ooh, these are fellow coons. You found the wrong broadcast. You might want to go ahead and tune out. Okay, so if that's what you're looking for is a coon recruit, because Black America is on the necks of these Democrats like Dracula, okay, you find the wrong place, all right? Now, we on both of your necks. We teaching both of you now that if you're going to deal with us, you're going to have to come to the table with policies, numbers, and we're going to do this voting thing like a business transaction, the business transaction that it is. Now, let me get back to making enemies here, okay? I know that there's a lot of people, even though we get on her husband, Barack Obama, or Barack Hobama, as I like to call him, all right? Yeah, a little bi-curious Barry, whatever you want to call him. A lot of people tend to give her a pass because she's not really out front or wasn't in the office of president like him. She was in the White House, but she wasn't in the government official position, a president. She was the first lady. I'm going to say it again, because I'm one of the few that you'll hear say this, might be the only person in these spaces. I don't give her a pass either, because she has the same mindset as her husband. Now, I've said that plenty of times. A lot of people probably disagree with that, but I'm going to prove it here tonight, because see, one thing about me, if I make an assertion or make a claim or a statement, you know I come loaded for bear to back up my claim, all right? Let me spit it out for you and be blunt. This is what I meant at the beginning of the broadcast when I said that some sisters, you know, this is one of the things that the sisters is going to have to be out front on the most, and I'm going to tell you why. Because as a foundational Black American freedman man, yes, I can call out these things that those like Michelle Obama do, but it makes a more of an impact when foundational Black American freedmen women come out and say, hey, nope, that's not going to work anymore. We're not living vicariously through anybody. This woman does not understand the plight of our families and what we're going through and dealing with our kitchen table issues. Her and her husband are multimillionaires. They are far removed from us. She looks like us, but she cannot relate to us, because if she could, you would hear her speaking like it. Not only that, you would see her going out here where all of you are that day, because you know they claim our women are the backbone of the Democratic Party. Okay. They will be coming out here to the communities trying to see what the issues of, even if you want to leave Black men out of it, they will be coming trying to see what the issues of foundational Black American freedmen women are, okay? Now, they should be trying to address the entire Black community as a whole, but we know the Democrats are not going to do that. So the point that I'm making when I said that is this. We know the playbook. They like to try to gender divide, and see, I'm telling you sisters this. I know some of you, I get it. Some of you want to give her a pass, but I want you to hear what I'm telling you. You better learn to understand and take a good look at this image. She's well-dressed, very articulate, okay? Very articulate lady. She's educated, all right? You better understand when either political party weaponizes one of your own against you, Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to show you exactly what I mean by that, because see, this is what we're going to need you sisters to be the loudest voices in the room. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's look at how the Democrats view, because they're the party that's in power. Let's look at how they view foundational Black American freedmen women. They've elevated our women, okay, at least figuratively, above foundational Black American freedmen men. They don't talk down to them the same way that they do the foundational Black American freedmen men. And they know that if they tried it, that would break the Democrat Party, because yes, there are a lot of foundational Black American freedmen men that still vote Democrat, but the sisters far and by far outshine them. Okay, they do vote Democrat in larger numbers. All right, they do. So the reason why I'm saying is, I know not all, but if a significant number, even just 10%, foundational Black American freedmen women across this nation took the mindset that I'm going to show you that, you know, what I think is the right thing for the community, because I can only make the suggestion. Again, what I'm saying is something that I'm making a suggestion. I hope all the sisters listening tonight decide to take the wheel on this and say, you know what? Even if you tweak what I'm saying, change some things here or there, I want to put the thought in your head and you get together amongst yourselves and say, you know what? Yeah, we got work to do in this area, and let these people know that, hey, the game is over. You're not going to sit here and placate to us and fluff up our egos, and then we sit here watching you put all these other groups of women, some of them illegal aliens, above us and their entire families. And then we go back to our families and our communities, and we got to sit there and go out here and be stepping stones for them, okay? It's all about self-respect and practicing the essential selfishness of survival, okay? So let me go ahead and say something else before we get further into this. Expect all types of chicanery with this broadcast tonight. Give me a thumbs up or a black fist in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. I will get the audio adjusted if need be, but just expect shenanigans with the broadcast tonight. Let me say it again. They're on their job. I'm going to be on mine. All right. So now I'm going to show you something. All right. Because old Michelle Obama here, they've done a good job at getting this polished image up, okay, to use against you. And see, they play to the most educated line that they always throwing towards our sisters. But see, let me tell you something, sisters. If you are truly going to claim the title of being most educated, all right, and I've already gone into why that's a misnomer, and it's not a snide or a shot at Black women. We're talking about reality, because when you're trying to win wars, when you deal in reality. You don't deal in fantasy. You don't deal in inflated ego on either side of the coin, men or women. You deal with what's real, and that way you allow yourself to move with strategic precision, okay? And that's how you secure victory. Let me point this out to you. They aim the Michelle Obama types at you, and then they sit there and manipulate you into going along with symbolism, and then you end up destitute and behind all these other groups of women that will sit there and talk that rah-rah crap as if they got a problem with their men, but they never break bad against their men for you. And in fact, they join right with their men after they step on your back and then look at you like, ha, you fell for it, okay? I'm saying it's time for you to show them that you're truly educated and you have learned from the mistakes of the past, all right? See, we all had to go through a learning phase in life. That's normal. People make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. However, after you've made a series of mistakes and you refuse to analyze your behavior, and I say this for Black America as a whole, now you transition into making bad decisions. And you know what I taught you, that the difference between a mistake and a bad decision is mistake, unforeseen occurrence, okay? Naivete, all right? A bad decision is a series of thoughts that leads to a choice. When you're making choices, you can't say anybody tricked you. You had all the information prior, but you still chose to do it anyway. Hence, a lot of the shillbillies that didn't learn anything from the 2020 election, okay? Said right out there, went all out for these Democrats, put them in office, and then they threw them under the bus. 4 years of nothing but pure hell and no policy specifically for them. Asian hate crime bill came out the deal. Splitting on this country with tens of hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens, okay? It just, everybody's getting tangible, except you're sending all kinds of money over to Ukraine, etc. The list goes on and on, but nothing for you, okay? Tonight, I'm going to try to persuade sisters to consider what I'm saying and be all out at arms at Michelle Obama, just like black men are all out at arms against Barack Obama. Both. I'm going to say it again. Both of their names should be mud in the black community. See, don't get it twisted. They see that Obama's name is dirt in the community. We don't respect that big-eared bastard. So what they're going to do is say, okay. Well, if we see that we can't use him, we going to get her ready and send her out here. And I'm telling you, black women, don't you fall for this. I know most of the sisters over here on this platform. I know you're not going to fall for it. Because, see, let me tell you something. If you listen to what Commandment is pushing and preaching, Michelle Obama's coming out here stomping for her, right in line step with her. She's not talking about anything that's going to economically benefit Black America as a whole. So I'm going to present some things to you here tonight. You know, it's going to show you why I'm saying it's time for you to put them heels on their necks, sisters, okay? Let's get started.
That there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage.
Let me pause this heifer right here, okay? Now, for anybody that thought my opening statements about this woman were wrong, you hear how she's sounding right here. I didn't edit this. These are her words. Oh, we finna break this down from the A road to the Z road. It's time to get surgical, okay? Oh, it is. Let me talk to my sisters for a minute. Anytime either political party, I don't care which one it is, or politician comes to you talking like this, as if you separate and apart from black men, your antennas better go up. Red flag should go up all around. Like, hey, whoa. You're not talking like this to these other women in these other groups that have shown that they have a history of practicing anti-black racism towards us. In fact, the business, they don't do anything about it. They don't do anything about that when they harm our women and our children. We're going to get to that a little bit later here tonight, okay? But see, let me tell you something. All they keep pushing is so-called reproductive justice, and that's so demonic, that term, because you're not pushing reproductive justice. You're pushing for the unaliving of the children in the womb outside of the 3 normal, reasonable circumstances where that would even be considered. Y'all know what they are. I don't have to keep repeating that, okay? If you've been subscribed to this channel, you already know what the 3 reasonable circumstances are that a woman will even be considering getting an abortion, all right? 3 reasonables. Outside of that, using abortion as birth control, that is very irresponsible. It's one of the most demonic and evil things. And then, here's the thing. This is what I say to Michelle Obama and all the damn Democrats. If that's what you're going to be for, fine, be for it. But one thing that I'm asking you to do, and see, this is where sisters pay attention. This is where your voices will carry far louder and far stronger than mine at any given time, period. I would love for our sisters to say, because you can get indoors and get closer to them than we can oftentimes, ask them this. Ask them, hey, Michelle, Kamala, Hillary, Democrats, whoever they send, all of you that's talking about reproductive justice, if that's what you're going to stand on, say what it really is. Don't try to change the term and play verbal semantics, because what you're doing is you're advocating for the murder of future generations of black babies. Notice they don't ever push that on any other group of women. Now, let's be clear. What they're fighting for is for all women to have access to that. But what do I tell you? Over here, I'm only focused on Black America. The rest of them communities can do whatever the hell they want. They're not my people. They're not my problem. You understand? When they come to you pushing that, how about you hit them with this also, sisters? Tell them that, hey, we don't see you lining up at the border saying, hey, are you illegal alien women coming over here? Come on now. You know, you ain't going to be able to support these kids. Come on, let's get you on over here to Planned Parenthood. They're not telling them that. Why should you let them play in your face and tell you that? But now let me be clear also. Let me make sure I'm very, very, very direct in my language so that everybody understands what I'm saying. I understand that there is a portion of Black America amongst men and women that are no earthly good. There's some of you healthers out here that, oh boy, you can't wait to go and support that crap. And see, what you are children of your bastardized father, white supremacy. That's where you get that from, because that's not normal amongst us. You right along the same vein of those demonic, godless black pastors and preachers that sat up there and helped Margaret Sanger introduce that crap into our community. You right there. So I'm not talking to you. I want you to stay over there where you belong, because the Black community would be better off without you. If you think that it's a normal thing to sit up here, I want you to look at that look on her face. These demonic looks that they have on their face, these people's souls are gone. The eyes really are the windows to the soul, okay? I want you to look at her eyes while she's talking, because we got a lot more to review of her. And then you tell me if this is somebody that you can relate to. See, she's got her children. Lord knows them little girls stay up under Zaddy every chance they can get, boy. Every time you turn around, they got their lips wrapped around a white man. I mean, hey, you know. Her father's people, all right? They're father's people. But anyway, for you that love your children, and for any woman that loves her children, it should be unconscionable for you to advocate for offing children in the womb outside of them 3 reasonable reasons, okay? It should be. But see, now there's such cowards where they want to call it reproductive justice. I'm like, no, stand on what you're saying. See, they know that it's a demonic thing, but see, let me tell you something about conditioning of people. And this is how you'll know if you're one of the strong people, be if you're a Black man or a Black woman in Black America. If no matter what a person tries to remix something as, your internal spirit recognizes it for what it is and you refuse to bow down and go along with it, you're one of the strong ones. You're one of the people that will be a part of making Black America's future better. You understand? The weak ones are the ones that will say, well, you know, they're not actually calling it killing kids. It's reproductive justice. Let me ask you something. Where's the justice in taking an innocent life because you were irresponsible? I'm not talking about incest, violation, or life-threatening pregnancy. I'm talking about none of them things apply. You was reckless, and you gonna call that justice? How's that justice for that unborn child? That's a sad day in this country when you have a lot more men trying to advocate for the lives of these unborn children. And let me go ahead and give you the other side of it for anybody that's going to start wagging your finger at me. In case you don't know my stance on that entire issue, I hold the men that call themselves encouraging women to delete these kids to the same fucking standard. I've said it before, your asses need to be sterilized. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Because if your funky ass is running around here breathing, then them kids that you recklessly procreated with, they deserve a chance at life too. Okay? I already told you my policy towards it. That's what you're doing, and none of the 3 reasonable exceptions apply. Cool, that's gonna be the last one that you kill. Cause I'm gonna make sure you don't have no more. That will be the law of the land. You get one, you done. Sterilization time. I don't care how draconian it sounds. If I was in charge, we would clean that filth up out of our community. That's insane. What think about it? Because I'm one of the few people that's got the balls to say this like it needs to be said. How in the hell are you going to be a people that grows to your full potential if you got half of the community advocating to wipe out that future before it has a chance to be born? There's nothing holy or godlike about that. And some of them people will sit up in churches and mosques, etc., praising God, Allah, whoever they serve, you know what I'm saying, claiming that they're devout in whatever faith they're supposed to be practicing. These people are insane, man. They're absolutely insane. But see, we'll switch gears from that. Let's talk about the economic side of it, okay? Talk about the economic side of it. You look at, and see, this is what I want my sister to become accustomed to doing with no men around. And I'm saying it this way for a reason, because this is the portion of the broadcast where I'm talking to my sisters. I'm imploring you to really consider what I'm saying. Even if you find my language to be harsh at times, I love our people for real, okay? You don't have to agree with everything I say. I just want to make you think about this. So please hear me. What I'm saying to you is this. I want you to all, when you have your sessions away from men, you hold it up. I want y'all to start, if you're not already, going over policies, going over facts, figures, looking back at political records and saying, okay, what did this person that's out here always in my face asking for my vote, what did he or she do for me? Just because they send another black woman out to talk to you, don't accept her. Because I get it. I know what y'all want to do. You want to root for another sister, but is she really your sister? If she's not advocating for things that help you and your community, start getting down to the nitty gritty of numbers, policies, looking at your economic situation and seeing if it's gone up or down since whatever politician, be it on the federal level or the local level, see if it's gone up or down since they've been in power. Now, if it's gone down steadily, and then you looking at other people that's not even supposed to be here get ahead of you, you got to ask yourself a question. If you're going to call yourself the most educated, what's the most educated decision you're supposed to make in that situation? Are you supposed to keep supporting the people that don't support you, but yet the only thing they have to do is throw in your face talking about you the backbone of a party, and they don't even take care of the backbone? Salute to the good sister Sakina Collins for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good sister. So these are the conversations that I want the women to have when it's just you around. Because let me talk to y'all, man. And brothers, I want you to hear me, because this is where we need to be speaking to our women. All of us have a part to play. You are a very important part of where Black America's future is going to go outside of children. Okay, that's the most important part, one of the most. But outside of that, your thought process, your mindset. See, think about it. Sometimes in order to get a people to envision where they're supposed to be, you have to put that small spark of thought in their minds and let them know that, okay, have you ever even just imagined where we could be as a people? Yes, we know where we are now, but everything that in existence by human-made hands manifested from a thought first. You understand? So sometimes you have to look at our women and say, hey, sisters, have you ever just thought about what it would be like if X number of you just got up one day and said, damn it, nope, you're not going to use us anymore? Because, see, you have all the facts at your disposal today through history and present day to say, look how you've treated us. All you've done is give us symbolism and tell us, yeah, if you be on board with this, hey, we're going to have this symbolic victory. And then all these people that's asking for your votes, they're going to go back to their nice, comfy mansions. They're going to go back to driving their luxury cars and taking nice vacations to places you probably have never been. Okay. They're going to have any and everything that they want. Their children are going to be fine. But here you are, after you've raised all these hundreds of millions of dollars for this tub wash greens, Hindu bed witch heifer, you're going to be left destitute with no policy that benefits you. You think that heifer going to take some of that war chest and come down here and put food on your family's table due to this high inflation? So what I'm saying is, sisters, I see, because I'm a foundational Black American freedman, man, I know you. I know that when you get focused, and I know that when you realize somebody has played you, there is no more powerful, sharper force on the face of the planet than a pissed off, intelligent Black woman that's directing all of that toward the sons of bitches that played her, okay? It's time for them to get a dose of that. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all run around and use the phrase boss chick, okay, and another phrase, all right, but I won't use it here tonight. A lot of y'all run around and use the phrase boss chick. Well, ask yourself this. Instead of symbolically using it, don't you want to see what real power feels like in your hands? See, when you on code and you actually show these people that, hey, I can break you down at the ankles and stand over you and let you know that I did this to you, there's your power right there. Get it to the point where these people have to grovel and apologize and let them know that apology isn't going to be words. Oh, no, save your words. They are empty. OK, you can't play on my emotions. You better bring my community tangibles and policies. And if I even hear you hinting at the hint of any type of gender warring and having us disrespect our men, you can go straight to hell with gasoline draws on. That's the mindset I want our sisters to be in. Let's let it continue.
To look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety?
Yes, I am prepared as a man to look into the eyes of the women and children in my community and tell them exactly what I just said, that these people, even you, Michelle Obama, are not operating in the best interests of our people. See, let me tell you something. Let's talk about safety. Protection, because that's the theme of tonight's broadcast. What do protectors in Black America look like? Let me say this to all the women listening to me and the men, especially you young men that have yet to become the head of a household, fathers or husbands. Let me talk to you. The reason why she's making that statement is going to offend some people, but I don't really care about that when I'm talking to my people for their best interest. The reason why she's making a statement talking about, are you going to let them do X, Y, Z that threatens our safety? You know why you're talking like that, Michelle Obama? Because even as a married man, what you're encouraging is women to go out and act separate and apart from their men. See, when you do that, in a literal or a figurative sense, sisters, you do not have protection. I've given this analogy many times. If you are a famous athlete, entertainer, what have you, and you hire an executive security firm, okay, and this is my wheelhouse. I know a lot about that, okay? This is my profession. If you hire executive security to protect you, and you sit them down and tell them what the issues are, what problems you have, and what you need done, and they say, okay, man, we heard everything you had to say. We come up with a security assessment. Let's discuss it. This is how we're going to protect you, okay? Going into XYZ venue or whatever place, we're going to need you to stay close to this particular, you know what I'm saying, or unit that we have that's going to walk with you here. You're not going to go here. This is how long you're going to stay in a certain place. So now we lay out all those things for you, okay? Got a solid plan. Do you know that no matter how well trained that executive security firm is, they can't protect you if you don't cooperate? I'm going to say it again. No matter how well trained that executive security firm is, you're in the position of a celebrity and needs protection. If you don't cooperate with them, they can't protect you. If they say, okay, that problem you was talking about, okay, we've identified this crowd over here. Well, don't even go over here, especially without us. Back to business. If it's not necessary, we're going to pick another route for you to go. You hear that and you take your ass on over there anyway. And then next thing you know, you're talking about help, I'm in trouble. Huh? See, the point I'm making is Michelle Obama is talking about women that think they're above their men, like the Tiffany Crosses, just get in line with black women and you run your ass over here with these damn Democrat snakes. And then when they turn on you and show you their fangs, now you don't have protection. See, Michelle, let me tell you something. This is what men do, okay? The question that she asked, I got an answer for it. What men do, they talk like I'm talking and they say, hey, sisters, the protection is over here with the group, with the community, with the men, okay? Standing out front. In fact, the business, I'm going to tell you where the Democrats will be broken down to their knees at. Let there come a day when even just 10%, hell, even 7% of black women that was solid, hardcore Democrats say, hey, you know what? You come to me talking about what all you going to do for us and all these nice things and all of that. Before you even get an inkling of me thinking about voting for you, I'm going to need you to present policy for the community as a whole. Fact of business, consult with the men first before you come back to me. Oh, boy, you just imagine what that would look like. They would be like, what the hell happened? The programming has worn off. Do you hear me? Imagine that. See, and I know what a lot of women are thinking. What do you mean consult with the men first? Bear with me. What I'm saying is that would show solidarity and that would show that, hey, you're not going to divide us from our men because we need them to survive, just like every other group of women out here has their men helping them. See, I've said it before. The protection, if it doesn't come from foundational Black American freedmen men, it's not going to come from no other group of men. They protect their own women over every other group of women. It's no different with you. Don't you let these Democrats lure you out here, way out into high seas somewhere that you're not familiar with. Then when your boat starts sinking, they paddle off on their luxury liner. They be like, hey, you were useful. Hey, you were a useful idiot. We got to leave you out here. See, what I'm saying is sometimes, sisters, there are certain things that they will trick you into doing for the ones that it applies to, where you would get yourself so far out there that even if the brothers wanted to come save you, we're not able to. Too far out for us to even hear you to know that you're in trouble. So what I'm saying is stay around the brothers that are on code and are about handling business in the community as a whole. See, when we get to the point where vice versa, if they tried to pull that, because they don't really pull that with the men, but let's just say they tried to cause a gender divide between us and try to elevate us above the women. I will go on record and say I think more brothers will stand up and say, hey, whoa, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we getting what we need. Great. You're not going to leave our women behind, though, because they're a part of Black America. Black America is Black men, Black women, Black children, okay? You're going to do for the whole, not just a portion here, a portion there, and play one side against the other. That day is over, okay? So now you just imagine what we would look like as a people in this country if we adopted that mindset. Let's let it continue.
And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us.
Let me tell you something, Michelle. And look at that scowl on her face. Boy, you can tell she wear the pants in that relationship. And we're going to get to something about wearing pants in a relationship too, okay? We're going to get to that. Trust me, I got a lot to share with y'all here tonight. Let me say this to Michelle Obama, because see what she's doing here, it's a slight variation of Obama wagging his finger at black men, but she knows she has to be careful when she do it. See, what she's doing is trying to play to these women's egos that may be listening to her. Demand from your men that we do better by you. See, let me tell you something about manhood. If we're operating in true traditional masculinity, you're not going to like everything that we tell you. You're not going to like every decision that we make, because sometimes if we're operating in our traditional role as men, we have to make unpopular decisions that keep the entire family and community safe. And you may not catch it right then. You might be angry. You may jump up and down and do a rain dance, but a man is going to be like, okay, well, you're just going to have to do that. But as long as I'm head of the household, this is a decision that's going to be made because I know it's for the safety and the betterment of the family. Now, is that saying that the women in our lives don't have an input? Of course not. Of course not. But what I'm saying is, if we see a threat that you don't see, just like our women see threats that we don't see. See, we share an intelligent symbiosis in Black America. That means we survive off one another. That's the way it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be any divide between us. So when she's sitting up here with this little scowl on her face and little beady eyes talking about we have the right to demand our men do better by us, Michelle, doing better by our women is making sure that they understand policies and numbers and look at starting with the 2020 election and these 4 years that the Biden-Harris administration has been in office and say, sisters, have they shown you that you're an appreciated backbone of the party as they claim? Are you better off? What did they do for you during the pandemic when you had the highest rates of eviction? What did they do for you? See, you sometimes, and I'm saying this because, ladies, I want you to really listen to me, okay? I get it. We don't process information the same way. We don't. And we're not supposed to. But I'm going to put this to you in a way that it will make you think, even if you disagree. Check this out. Don't you know that during the pandemic, when your numbers were the highest, they didn't come and try to rectify that or help you out in any way, because that was a part of the design plan. Get you to be useful in your naivete and pumping up your ego. And then when you're in a situation, like I just said, where you're so far out there that you can't get any help, hey, the whole plan was to sink you. Don't you understand that they're practicing warfare against you by trying to play to your emotions and your ego? Because, as I said, all women are the first teachers of children, and the future generations of people come through the biological women. Because, you know, Democrats actually don't know what a woman is. Hello, Ketanji Brown Jackson with a strong face ass. Okay. They will tell you, you know what I'm saying, that Billy Porter is the next version of a woman. That's what they want to tell you. Okay. So the point that I'm making is I want you to consider that, have these people come out for your well-being and anything that you've been through in recent times. Never mind historically, we can just take it from recent times. Have they spoken up and done anything about the infant mortality rate of Black babies or the complications that a lot of sisters have when they are trying to give birth to future generations? Have they said what they're going to do about that, since they see it's only our women that have that issue? That lets you know that's also by design. No, they don't do that, though. They every time they turn around, they promote what they call reproductive justice, because the goal, go back to Margaret Sanger, who said we are numerous like weasels to exterminate us. What I'm saying to you, sisters, even if you thought Michelle Obama was the salt of the earth, you better recognize an enemy that's amongst you, that's wearing your uniform. This is treason, what she's saying. And she knows it. And never mind my opinion. Even if you don't like anything I'm saying, it's not important that you listen to me, really. What is important is that you go back and look at these 4 years here and ask yourself a question. Are you and your family better off than you were before the Biden-Harris administration? And they're sitting here telling you that you're supposed to go and vote for, let's just go here with it. Because, see, we got to start thinking with foresight also. Let's just say you go out here and they put Kamami in there, all right? Say she get in. Don't you know that if she wins, she has an opportunity to get 4 more years as a president? Are you really prepared to deal with the devastation that will wreak on Black America? You see what they've done with 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration. You want 8 more years of Kamami? That what you want? Don't you know that as bad as things are now, you will be finished? And see, one of the worst things in the world is to be in a situation where you hear a voice like mine trying to warn you, trying to get you to think and make better decisions, and it's too late, and you be like, damn, them brothers told us. Okay? That's where I'm at with it. Let's let it continue.
We have to use our voices to make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment.
First and foremost, and again, I'm one of the few people with the balls to say this, you don't make a damn thing clear to a man as if you're in a leadership position over us. See, society has created this bubble where we're not supposed to say what I just said. No, I'm going to say it one more time. You don't come to me telling me anything as if you're in a leadership position over me, because then you out of your natural role. No, we are the leaders. Is your input valid? Yes, it is. But I'm not supposed to back you when I clearly see that you're wrong. Because if I do that, let's go down that road. This is what separates alpha males and sigma males from weak-ass beta males, simp men like Van Jones. If you truly love your woman and your family, and you see they're wrong, a father and a husband that does love his woman and his family, he's going to say that and stand on that. Now, a beta male, oh, happy wife, happy life. You damn jackass, you done put the entire family in danger. Because a lot of times, especially with these Democrats, they will trick our women into thinking and making important decisions in life off of emotions. The world does not operate off your emotions. You cannot win a war being emotional. That doesn't happen. Do we all have emotions as human beings? Yes, we do, but we're not supposed to be rooted in our major decision making from just emotion alone. Can it play a part in it? Sure. But the greater majority of it should be based off logic, what you can verify, what actually is in the world that's tangible, that you can see, count, touch. Do you understand? So this here little hard-headed demeanor, let me tell you something, man. A lot of chicks that sitting up here clapping and co-signing that out there in the Democrat shillbilly women, I'm going to give you sisters that's listening to this, if I got your ear for a minute, I'm going to give you something that you can analyze apart from anything I'm saying. Look at those women's lives. Oh, yeah, we finna go here. The women that's like, yeah, you tell them the men need to get in line with the women. Look at those women's lives. Do they have lives that you want? Because chances are we know what their lives are. They're train wrecks. Either they don't have no husband or no man, bunch of kids by a bunch of different dudes, none of the fathers in their lives, or let's go here. Here's the flip side. Let's just say they don't have any kids. They're a boss chick, corporate America, still by yourself, still struggling like hell, whole bunch of student loan debt, and you robbing Peter to pay Paul, and the damn Democrats are sitting there laughing at you because you do the same thing over and over like a hamster on a damn wheel, running in circles till your damn legs get tired. Is that what you want? For those that call themselves the most educated, is that an educated decision when you can clearly look at these people that's, yeah. Just silently stop and think. If you're a sister listening to this, what are those women's lives like? Do I want to live her life? Maybe she's in her situation because of the stupid decisions that she's made and allowed these people to condition her to operate against the entirety of Black America. This whole thing where it's cute to disrespect Black men, let me tell you something, that's a death sentence for you. You know why? Because without your men, you're not going to get far. You're not. And see, Black men, we have sense enough to know, those of us with sense anyway, we have sense enough to know we're not going to get far without our women. It goes both ways, okay? Because I've said this before. All these anti-black adjacent groups that come over here, hey, they men and women are lockstep practicing anti-black racism against us. So how we gonna win against them as a divided community? You understand? What I'm saying is, sisters, you must be the loudest voice in the room, excoriating the Michelle Obamas. Same way we giving her husband Barack the business. We got to send them both packing. Let's let it continue.
And we are more than just baby-making vessels. And if you are a woman who lives in a household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter. So I hope.
Now, you hear what she just tried to encourage right there? She tried to encourage dissent under a household. See, let me tell you something, man. You better start really looking at serpents like her. And yes, I'm calling her what she is, a serpent. That looks appealing, speaks appealing, but yet she's telling you to do things that are going to sow seeds of discontent and discord in your household. Yes, you have your own mind. You're free to do whatever you want with your vote. However, ask yourself, what is your vote gaining you? Because, see, let's go deeper than that. Any woman that will sit there and make that statement that she just made, talking about your vote is your private business, that's one of them women that'll sit there and encourage you to jump out your damn marriage. Oh, I'm going here while she's sitting there, a multimillionaire married to a former president, ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. But she'll encourage you to do something she knows she's not willing to do. You better look at this from multiple angles. Sometimes it takes brothers like myself that can actually speak this to our women, because a lot of men aren't capable of doing it. I'm just going to say that, okay? I'm not trying to toot my own horn on that, but there's a lot of brothers that are incapable of giving it to you in a way where you be like, okay, you know what? That brother Shark has a point. Let me stop and really consider what this man is telling me, because he might be on to something, okay? We're not done with it yet. Let's let it continue.
I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. I hope that you'll forgive me if I'm a little angry that we are indifferent to his erratic behavior.
Oh, there they go with Trump. See, let me throw something else out here to the sisters in our community that I would like to see you adopt, because it's just a suggestion. I would like to see you adopt, because this is something that black men are definitely on, and I'm seeing some sisters on it too. Got to give credit where credit's due. But I want the standard among sisters to become, hey, if you seeking my vote, I don't care which political party you in, don't talk to me about your candidate. I need to hear more about what you gonna do for me and my people. Because if the only thing you can talk about is your opponent, that means that you really don't have any tangible policies. Y'all seen the strategy commandment does. Word salad, Trump, Donald Trump. Okay, we need to hear more about what you're going to do, though. But see, when you don't have any policies, that's what you do. You understand? And see, this crap that's coming out of Michelle Obama's mouth, let me tell you something, man. She knows damn well that if the shoe was reversed and somebody was trying to talk her into doing something that works against her best interest in the long term, she wouldn't listen to that. This is not a stupid woman. In fact, she's a very crafty serpent trying to get you to go down the path where you're going to be in 4 more or possibly 8 more years of economic destitution. Because, see, you better think about where you at right now with this record inflation. We ain't never seen this in our lifetimes, okay? Could you handle 3 times this inflation? Could you? She can. Hell, let's go here with it. If the country is really fucked up, her and her big-eared husband and a little bedwench and training kids, they'll fly up and leave out this country. They won't stay here. But you'll have to stay here. You better start thinking that way. These people are not your damn friends. Do you understand? You better think along the lines of what Dr. John Henry Clark told us. We have no friends. That man did not say that lightly. He didn't say that to be hyperbolic. He didn't say it because it was a cute catchphrase. He said that because he looked at the condition of our people and he was able to analyze it and say, we have no friends. So now in the same light, of the words of our immortal ancestor, Dr. John Henry Clark. You think about if we don't have any friends that are outside of our community, can we call people like Michelle and Barack Obama our friends that actually advocate and want to be mouthpieces for those that are not our friends? I told you, I don't call everybody brother and sister. That is a familiar term, and it's an earned, honorable title, just like the titles man and woman to me. So everybody rocking a uniform on my skin is not my brother or my sister. This heifer is not my sister either. Let's let it continue.
His obvious mental decline, his history as a convicted felon, a known slumlord, a predator found liable for sexual abuse, all of this while we pick apart Kamala's answers from interviews that he doesn't even have the courage to do, y'all.
She just told a bold-faced lie there, because one thing about Trump, he even went to the NABJ where he has strong opposition. And I'm not supporting either candidate, but what I'm telling you is this. Start, sister, that thing where people sit there and lie to you. See, let me tell you something, one of the tactics that they use, because younger black women need to hear this. What they'll do, if you pay attention to what I call the razzle-dazzle technique, okay, emotional razzle-dazzle, I'm going to explain it. She rattled off a list of things to get you in your emotions and then tell you a lie, because if she knows she keeps you emotionally charged as a woman, you'll miss the lie that she just told. Donald Trump been going left, right, and center, town halls, on networks that are hostile to him. And you're going to sit here and tell her he don't have the courage to do that? That's not what I've been seeing. And all of us are looking at the same thing. But see, you choose what you will and won't see, okay? So see, a lot of people ain't going to catch that kind of crap and break it down, but it's time for us to do this, because it's time to put some points on the board and get some wins and victories as a whole. And our women are an integral part of that. And see, she keeps talking about we picking apart Kamala, Kamami, whatever you want to call this heifer. Let me tell you what we do expect a person running for president of the United States to be: competent. Oh, we do expect that. We expect them not to be a blithering buffoon that when a damn teleprompter go out, you stuck and you don't know what to do. 32 days, 32 days. And start all that stupid cackling. Y'all better think about this. See, the sign of a mature adult bases decision-making not off just what you want, but you base decision-making off of not only what's best for you, but what's best for generations after you. You really gonna sacrifice the well-being of future generations off of symbolism? Really? A blithering idiot, and you know this woman is not smart. Let me ask a question to my audience right now. I'm gonna look in the chat room with this. Is there any woman listening to the sound of my voice? And you're free to answer however you want. I just want to see, because I like to interact with my audience. Is there any woman under the sound of my voice this broadcast tonight that would confidently tell me that you would be secure in putting Kamami as the head of your business and would just sit back and not have to worry about nothing? You're going to put her in charge. You're going to go kick your feet up on an island, and you'll be confident that your company is going to rise in stocks. She's going to make the best decisions. Is there anybody, any woman listening to this broadcast, would you be comfortable doing that? See, sometimes you have to put it to people like that. I'm looking. Sisters, where you at? Is there anybody that would trust her in this type of situation? I want to know. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, sisters in the chat room. Let me know. It's your time to sound off. Oh boy, look, it must be some shield billies watching, boy, because some people are quiet. I see one sister, Tanisha Murdoch, she said, hell no. Ladies, so some of y'all are comfortable letting her run your company or your business? Hey, I mean, look, boy, the shield billies are okay. There's a sister, Stolen Ancestors 1526, said hell to the no. Sakina said hell no. Erica Bailey says hell no. Mrs. L says, hey, heck no, I can't trust her around my business or my husband. Oh, woo. Oh, sister, you took it there. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of women we have over here. See, let me commend you for that comment. It may be one of the comments of the night. Family, sisters, and this is something you'll have to take amongst yourselves. If you can't trust her with your business or your man, can you really trust her to be the president, huh? A low-life, backstabbing worm. See, I'm finna take this somewhere that nobody has ever taken it. Who's to say if she got in office, she wouldn't completely sell this country out? Because we see she's an opportunist. Who gonna tell me she's not? Low down Willie Brown, hey, flat back the way to the top. Jim Crow Joe Biden, oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. You want to be VP? Oh, he's not a racist. I don't know what you're talking about. I never said that. Who's to say that, hey, Putin, Xi Jinping, and Kim Jong-un might step to her and say, look, Helfer, check this out. We've been watching you. We know you'll get down. Listen, we got a nice little bag over here for you. You know what I'm saying? We got all the tub wash green season you need. Hey, man, just go ahead and throw the keys over to America and just say you slipped, oops, and you went to sleep and forgot. And then next thing you know, I'm being facetious with it, but hey, you got the Russian army, the Chinese military, North Korea on your doorstep. Like, hey, thanks, Commandment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got jokes, but my point is this. Would you really trust her to run the country? An opportunist that has proven that's what she is. Come on now. I'm just saying, man, let's let Michelle Obama continue. I want you to take a good look at this because, see, I'm letting this play after this speech for a reason, okay? I'm going to let this run a couple of times because I want y'all to see this, man. I really want you to analyze this and look at the optics of this, okay? You see this helper? Commandment, and I'm going to call it whatever the fuck I want. Sitting up here cosplaying as Black American women when she doesn't know anything about the Black American woman struggle. That woman grew up in Canada around white folks. In the suburbs up there in Canada, okay? She can't relate to a Black American woman's experiences. She don't know what it's like to be on no job, man, and have the supervisors harassing her about her hair or sitting up there trying to have you train their little relative with nepotism that don't know nothing about the job. They're going to have you train them, then put them in as a supervisor over you. She don't know nothing about that. She don't know nothing about the everyday experiences that you have when you dealing with anti-Black racism over here. She don't know nothing about that. Hell, she laying up with the damn oppressor. Really? And this is who they telling y'all to vote for? And see, I got to go here with it. It's not lost upon me what the Democrats often do because a lot of people don't catch this or a lot of people do catch and they're afraid to call it out. Michelle Obama is a dark-skinned woman. Oh, yeah, we're going to go here. Look at the optics. Commandment, high yellow. You think they don't know that a lot of these dark-skinned women in the Democratic Party look up to these light-skinned helpers that they go and choose like Commandment? Especially if they got a zaddy. Because I'm one of a few people that's bold enough to say this. Just like Barack Obama was only dating white women when he was in college, I really would. I would not be surprised if you look at Michelle Obama's history and she was laying up on a bunch of zaddies. She really wanted a white man, but she couldn't get it, so she settled for a beige man, huh? You think that she don't idolize that? You think she ain't fantasizing about having her own Doug and she like, damn it, the best I could get was your big-eared ass, Barack. Oh, yeah, I'm going there with it. I'm going to let these optics play. Yes, I told you they ain't going to like me after tonight. Yeah, see, I let that play a couple of times for a reason because I really want to burn that image of those optics in your head. You see how Michelle Obama sitting there shaking her head like a damn train seal. Now, keep in mind what I just said. Them two women can't relate to your situation as an everyday Black woman in America. They are financially secure for the rest of their lives with Secret Service protection. You don't have that, okay? Don't you let this image on your screen have you running out here to do something that's going to detrimentally affect not just you in the present, but future generations. If you look at your little black babies and you actually love them, you're supposed to make decisions that are going to benefit their future, not hurt them. Now, for some people, that might be Trump. Some people, it may be a third-party candidate. Some people, it might be the beautiful, glorious couch. Either way, do the responsible thing. You don't make decisions off of symbolism. Because, see, if you make these decisions now and it harms your family, you think Michelle Obama and Kamala is going to help you out? You think they're going to turn around and say, yeah, you know, we did kind of play you. Here's a bag. We're going to help you straighten out these bills. Make sure your kids go to college, put food on the table. We got you. We're sorry. We'll take care of you, though. You're the special one. You really think that's going to happen? Huh? You Democrat shillbillies better wake up. We're not done yet, though, family. Oh, we are not done because now, we got to get here. Oh, we got to get here. I know y'all saw this, right? I remember when I made commentary on a previous broadcast about Kelly Rowland, I showed a clip. And y'all know for the longest, I used to hold her up as what the epitome of dark-skinned black femininity used to be. And I said in that previous broadcast, it pained me to actually critique her, but not now. Oh, the bridge has been burned, Kelly. Oh, why would you do this? Look, this woman in natural feminine attire is one of the most gorgeous women on the planet. But to go to show you how if you in your right frame of mind, you don't sit up here and celebrity worship. Look at this, man. Look at this chopper suit, this big oversized chopper suit she wearing. Come out here looking raggedy and masculine as hell, all because your Democrat masters told you to. Let me tell you something. As beautiful as she may be, this is an ugly sight right here. And I'm not just talking about her physical appearance. I'm talking about when you have such an ugly mind that it can be willfully conditioned to sell out your people, all to go along with symbolism. This is not a good look. And I'm going to tell you something else, that when we come into our true political maturity, when we can get to the point where even all these celebrities that some of us may have supported over the years or like, whatever the case may be, whatever word you want to use, we get to the point where when they do things that's against the community, especially with these political parties, we say, okay, you made that choice. You're going to go do this. Don't expect any more support from us. That's where I'm at with it. Oh, yeah, I'm going here. And y'all know I used to love me some Kelly Rowland. I did, man. But now, oh, no. This is compromise here. See, let me tell you something. For me, as harsh as I can be, I have a high esteem for our foundational Black American freedmen women, and I respect the non-FBA women that are on code. But as far as the women of my lineage, when I think about that, whether I know you or not, I'm looking at something that's supposed to be dignified, that carries the wisdom and the intelligence and the fortitude and strength of our forebears, okay? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a kindred spirit I'm supposed to be. So when I start to see things that are completely the opposite of that, and that's alien to me, I can't relate to you as my sister anymore. You over there with them folks. You belong to them. If they can tell you, one of the most gorgeous women in the world, to come out here and put on this big oversized suit, because we know why they did it. It's that whole agenda they pushing. Have her coming out there looking like a damn man holding hands with Beyonce. That lets you know who they belong to. Oh, I know I done made some of the beehive mad, but I don't give a damn about you either. You got the right one over here. I'm going to speak the truth as needs to be spoken tonight. I damn sure am. This Two Sisters is something you must take the lead in shouting down. This is a part of your role. This is a part of your role because, see, we're finna get to what the men need to do. I just want y'all to know it wasn't missed on me when I saw this. I'm going to show y'all something else. What I was just talking about, I'm going to let this play a couple of times because I want you to really catch this image and look at just how bad this looks. Fact of business, before I even let it play, look at this. Got Beyonce in the dress. Instead of walking out there with your husband, Jay-Z, and we all know why he might be hiding because, you know, might be on some of the Diddler's tapes, but I digress. Instead of walking out there with your husband, you walking out there with her looking like a damn stud. That's what you doing. This dysfunctional bullshit. They don't pull this with the Hispanic community, the East Indian community, the Arab community. Okay, they just don't pull it with the white community. They don't pull it with the Asian community. But yet, here you come, dealing with black folks. Oh, hell, you ain't nothing. We gonna put the agenda on you. Man, no, I get it. I know some women are not gonna like me saying this, but I don't care about like. The mature black man and black woman in America now is long past light. We got to make decisions based on what's good for our collective as a whole, and that don't have a damn thing to do with like. I'm gonna play this a couple of times. I want y'all to take a good look at this. And you tell me, is this something that you want to promote to your daughters? Huh? You think about this. Let it play. Yeah, I think Project Leroy had it right in the chat room. He said lesbian's child because that's exactly what they pushing. And the sister, Mrs. L, says, this was so sad and I didn't understand what I was looking at until you explained it just now. Yes, my sister. And see, that's what our job is because, and salute to the good sister Netta J in the building. I see you, sister. But see, that's what our job is. Whatever the sisters don't get, it's up to us brothers to be able to intelligently catch that as the gatekeepers for the entire community. And then be able to explain what that threat is so that our women can say, you know what? Yeah, I didn't think about that. From now on, I'm going to be on guard against that. And it works the other way around, too, where the women, with their role in the community, they catch the threats that we don't see as men. Hey, brother, sister, husband, father, whatever the case may be, this right here, you didn't catch this. Let me break this down to you. We need to be on guard against that from now on. And then as men was like, yep, okay, you know what? Thank you. I didn't see that. From now on, we're going to keep on guard. See, when you work together on code, that's what it means to be a protector in Black America. You got to protect our community from these optics because this right here is pure dysfunction. It's pure filth. They don't promote it to any other community. And that's going to be another standard we're going to have to set. Whatever you don't promote to other communities, don't you bring that over here to us. Ask yourself the question, why are we supposed to be the dumping ground of trash for everybody? Why? And see this heifer right here? They support that. See, for me, when I look at this picture, I'm not just looking at a well-dressed black woman with a big smile on her face. I see a serpent under that because of what she stands for and what she's promoting and what I just showed you with her own words early in this broadcast. So what I'm saying is, sister, that's going to be your part coming out here, putting them heels on and stepping on them necks left and right and letting them know that, okay, hey, we know you're going to get at the men. They come out and be outspoken about it. Now, brothers like myself, I'm going to stand on business no matter what. But I understand that a lot of brothers like, man, I don't want to say nothing about that, man. All them women going to come at me. See, let me tell you something about me, though. When it comes to that, I'll stand one against many as long as I know I'm standing for what's right. I don't care about standing against large numbers. I'm used to that. I'm accustomed to it. My family trained me to do that. But I recognize the importance of that being a battle that our women will have better success fighting because we do need numbers of sisters to stand up and say, nope, this is not the optics or the image or the message that we want to promote towards young, foundational Black American freedmen women. And we see that you keep on trying to serve us up to the Democrat Party with no tangibles while we watching everybody else get things over us, okay? That's my message to the sisters. But now, this is part of the broadcast I told you I was going to give a disclaimer on because we have to cover something. It's a bittersweet thing. I'm going to let it play. Then I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I'm going to have some commentary directed towards the brothers on how to prevent these types of tragedies.
Listed him are talking about the sudden death of Robert Fisher in prison. We broke that news last night. Fisher is the 34-year-old man police called a monster. He raped, murdered, and then tried to cover up what he did to little Josephina Cunningham.
She was just 3 years old. New at 6 now, one of the officers who worked closely on this case tells us about his conversation with Josephina's father shortly after finding out Robert Fisher is dead. Let's go to Tessa Bentulin live here right now in the studio with us. Tessa, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Sabrina and Mark. I had the chance to interview Detective Sergeant Michael Diso with Rensselaer Police. He says Josephina's father wants to move on. Diso says Fisher's death makes the father relive that terrible attack on his young daughter. Josephina died in July 2023 in Rensselaer at the hands of Fisher. This is Josephina on your screen. Fisher is accused of raping her while she was alive and awake. Fisher just began a 20 years to life in prison sentence. He was serving his time at Elmira Correctional Facility. Detective Sergeant Diso was one of the first handful of officers that responded the day Josephina died. He's had many conversations with Josephina's father.
And what was that exchange like?
It was tough because there's nothing going to bring his daughter back. And, you know, although he's no longer paying for this person to be in prison to pay for his meals and his lodging, it's not going to bring his daughter back. He's still without his daughter, and it's still bringing it up over and over again.
I also got to catch up with Josephina's older brother, Jaquan Stewart. He says his sweet and smart little sister who loved Baby Shark deserved to grow up and live a full life. Stewart tells us what he and his mother thought about Fisher's death.
My mom was very shocked that she's relieved. You know, she's dead. She's happy that she's dead. A lot of people are happy that he's dead. I was very shocked because I really wanted a death penalty, and I was hoping he could serve his life sentence 20 years.
Rensselaer police say they do not know yet how Fisher died. Fisher's death is being investigated by state coroners and medical examiners. Mark and Sabrina.
Tessa Bentulin here in the studio with the update. Tessa, thank you very much.
I let that play in its entirety for a reason. And I'm going to have to compose myself to deliver the message that needs to be delivered about that. Let me talk to you brothers out here on the sound of my voice, especially of my lineage, foundational Black American freedmen men. First and foremost, the question comes to mind when you look at rest in power to little baby Josephina Cunningham. When you look at that little baby, innocent, did nothing to no one. First thing that comes to mind is, how did anyone like that demonic devil get access to that little baby? How did that happen? Let me talk to y'all. I've told you many times about my upbringing. My family did not play the radio about the protection of the children, especially the men in the family. You did anything to any of us, wasn't just going to be a bunch of women showing up. The men were going to be front and center to deal with your ass, however you need to be dealt with. Black fathers are often looked at as being harsh or overbearing, but we're not, because we know how evil the world is, especially when it comes to our children, little boys and little girls. But see, definitely, if you are a Black father, and I don't have any children, but if I did, I can tell you right now, you touch blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, I'm not waiting on the police to deal with you. I'm not going to wish for a death penalty. I'm not going to sit back and hope for anything. Oh, no, I'm coming after you. You better pray that the police get to you before I do. And if they do get to you before I do, this is why I say it's bittersweet. Shout out to those heroes, because I know there had to be some brothers that did the deed and got that demon on out of here and sent it straight to hell where it belongs. Shout out to them brothers. I wish I knew who they were. I would put something on their books myself. I really would. Let me talk to y'all, man. Your children, that's your legacy. That's your lifeblood. They're supposed to be guarded with everything in your spirit. Do you understand me? You don't leave them with any and everybody. You don't go out for what other people are doing. No, a good father is like a shield, a living shield against all harm to his family. You understand? There is no fucking way he would have ever got close to my baby. I even see you looking at my baby wrong. I would be the type of father that, and don't even look at mine wrong, bro, or you gonna have some serious problems. You think about a 3-year-old. That demon isolated her however that occurred and went through with that. See, this is why you hear me talk about them the way I do. They are not normal human beings. You look at what they've done throughout history and what they continue to do, even their younger ones. This is why you have to do away with that whole we're in a post-racial society. No, we're not. You got people that in that community, in the Alabama community, that are in their 20s sounding just like Bull Connor during his time. Now, how could that be possible if they didn't pass that down like a family heirloom? See, you got to understand the extra hatred that they have for black women and children, because, see, the women, they give birth to future generations. We already covered that. But the children, oh, you already here? So I'm going to talk to you like they talk to each other about our children. They don't look at our children as human beings. They think of them just like Margaret Sanger thought of our people, numerous like weeds. They don't even look at us, our children, as anything with any type of feelings. They treat dogs better than that. You understand? See, you imagine if somebody did that to a dog. Oh, man, they would be up and on. That person probably wouldn't even make it to trial. But see, I have to question what type of father that is. I get it. He's grieving the loss of his child. But, man, I'm here to tell you, I would become a one-man army if that happened to my baby, man. Ain't no way in the hell, bro. I would be inconsolable. There wouldn't be nothing that you could tell me. And then her brother, I get it. They're grieving. But, man, ain't no way, bro. So sometimes in life as a man, you have to be prepared to make sacrifices. One of the things that I would definitely be prepared to make sacrifices for is my children. We all must think that way. Let me tell you something else. Even though I don't have kids, let me talk to you right now. One thing that you can say about your brother that my community can verify. Hey, if your kids around me, they protected. Oh, I guarantee you that. I'll be damned if I let anybody do anything to somebody, a black child around me. Oh, man. Bro, you finna meet Jesus. I'm going to send you straight to him. I'm going to send you somewhere, but I'm going to help you finish with all of your breathing exercises. That's what we're going to help you do. I don't play that shit. Children are innocent. And see, it pains me to talk about this, and I know y'all can hear it in my voice. It pains me to talk about it, but the lesson must be taught because, man, when you look at that baby's eyes, man, you know our children are so loving and caring. They don't think about doing harm to nobody. And for that fucking monster to do what he did to that little girl, man, I'm so glad they got his ass up out of here. The only thing that I can say is I hope he suffered. I hope he suffered unimaginably and ungodly torture. That's what you do to demons like that. You torture them. I hope that whatever was done to him, that when they found him, he was not even recognizable as a human being. You understand? Let me tell you something, brothers. This is the part where we must do what is necessary to make sure that this never happens in the community. See, the type of community that I'm in and the family that I grew up in, you do something to anybody's child, let me tell you something, dude. It's crackheads in the community that won't even let you fuck with nobody's kids. You understand? We got to get serious about that. That will be a time, and I don't care what they do or what they say or don't like, that will be the time right there. If you get something like that happen in the community, every black man in there like, oh no, it's going to be some justice behind this. What's understood don't need to be explained. Protect and guard your children with your lives. Sisters, listen to me. I understand that some of you, whether you married to brothers out here or you're in a long-term committed relationship and there's children in the situation, I get it. You think that men can be harsh or cold, but it's not that we're harsh or cold. It's that we love our families and we don't ever want to be in a position like this. Do you understand what kind of emotional and psychological damage that would do to a father knowing that he wasn't able to protect his child from something like that? Look, I'm telling you, man, I don't have kids, but I can empathize with that. Think about it. You go on living. Every night you're going to hear your little baby screams in your head. There's no way that you're not. And see, for me, I'm the type of brother with my background. They know what, man. Listen, man, I'm coming. Okay? I'm coming. And ain't going to be nothing you could do to stop me. You're short than taking my life. There ain't going to be nothing you could do. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not waiting on no damn so-called justices. You do that to my child. No, there's no way. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I can tell you this. The reason why you hear me go so hard in the paint about children when these types of things come up is because, one, they're the future, they're innocent, they can't defend themselves, and it's up to us to protect them. The men first and foremost, and the women in the community also, okay? And you do that by, ladies, if you see something going on or whatever, there's some type of threat, you let us know as men, and you stay out of our way when we go to deal with the threat, okay? That's what has to be done. I further implore you on this. Make sure you being very careful if you're in one of these cities or states where you got a flood of these illegal aliens coming up here from all these different places, because I've told you. They come from cultures where what just happened to little 3-year-old Josephina Cunningham is normal. If you wonder why some of them come up here and act the way they do, it's because they survived being molested and violated like that in their country. See, the men in some of these places, they are nothing more than savages. I got to say it like it is. One thing I can say about Foundation of Black American Freedmen, men, I'm not talking about the small percentage of outliers that you have in our community that would do something like that. For the most part, you can't even talk crazy about doing this to a child around us. Man, we're going to give you the almighty business. You understand? You're going to get an Old Testament ass whooping. If it's anything left of you when we done, you may go missing. Especially if we know you did something to a kid. Oh, man, it's over with on site, bro. You going to get the business. Understand? See, salute to my good brother Black Voltron Reloaded in here. Because, like he said, if he ever saw anyone, male or female, looking at his daughter too long or disrespectfully, he would run up on him and ask him, the fuck you looking at? Yeah, I was that dad, the crazy dad to this very day. And brother, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing crazy about that. You a black man, a Foundation of Black American Freedmen man operating in your right element. That's how we supposed to be about our children, especially our daughters, okay? Children as a whole, but you know, it's a soft spot for little girl, man. Daddy's little girl. Oh, man, ain't no way, man. What I'm saying, family, is this. We have to make sure that these demons understand that if you even think about doing something like this and you're not going to go ahead and handle that, because we're going to be on it first. But if you're not, you're going to even try to insinuate that you're not going to produce justice behind that, well, just know that justice is going to get produced one way or another. Because, see, that's one thing I will give the brothers that are in the American prison industrial complex. You come in there, most of them brothers find out that you did something to a kid. Because let's be clear, most black men are not locked up for most violent offenses like that. The greater majority of brothers that's in prison, they're in prison for non-violent offenses. But regardless of whether they're in there or not, hey, you come in there and they find out that your paperwork got something you did to a kid, oh, man, you finna get it, man. So shout out to them brothers. See, that's another part of being on code in society. Them brothers may not have their freedom, but that's one way they can help take out the trash in the community. That's one way they can help do it. It should be automatic on site. And see, if we were in a just society and anybody, male or female, was caught doing something, violating a kid in that fashion, we know you did it, you wouldn't be going through no long, drawn out, sitting, waiting on a trial or being incarcerated. We would just go ahead and execute you. That's what a sane society does that actually loves its children and wants to protect them. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the one crime you cannot rehabilitate. You can't rehabilitate that. How you going to do it? If your mind is capable of going there looking at a child in any type of way like that, you are not human anymore in my eyes, and you need to be treated like that. Protect your black babies with everything that you are, family. You understand me? That is our duty as men, and when we fail at that, we cannot look ourselves in the mirror and stand upright in any sense of honor and be respected as a people, and the rest of our society won't have any protection. We won't have a society. These people are not playing about wiping us out, and you better understand that if they had their way, if there were no men that would stand up and act accordingly, like I just stated earlier, they would send degenerate demons like that into every community to do that, which is why I said it's never wise for our sisters to separate themselves from the protection in the community. You understand? Everybody has a job to play. We all must operate in our natural roles to make sure we do our job to protect our people as a whole, okay? So that's what I wanted to say to the brothers about that. And see, speaking of what I want to say to the brothers and the sisters when it's time for us to work together, I don't know if y'all familiar with the three faces on the screen, but you're about to be. I don't know if you're familiar with the channel, but you're about to be. I have to give a big shout out to these young foundational Black American freedmen brothers and sisters. They have the channel called For the Culture. As you know, on the left, you see our good brother Afro Elite. Middle, you see our esteemed and respected sister, ZZ. Okay, if you're not familiar with that sister channel, A to Z TV, check her out. Very funny, very intelligent sister, representing the right way for young foundational Black American freedmen women. Our good brother, Black Alpha Network. Come on now, if you don't know who he is, I don't know where you been. My fellow Georgia brother out here putting in work, doing God's work out here, man, with his activism, okay? The three of them have this channel called For the Culture, represent for their generation. I want you all to do me a big favor. Don't take my word for anything I said. Everybody in here, please go subscribe to that channel and check them out if you hadn't already, okay? Please go subscribe to this channel, because what I'm about to show you, this is a great example of when it's time for us to come together to check something in the community. They covered this specific topic that I'm about to play for you, but I'm going to play this and I'm going to give you my take on it, because see, this is going to be where both Black men and Black women from our lineage come together to defend and protect the community, okay? So without further ado, again, I'm going to say this, please go subscribe to For the Culture channel. It's a lot of good content over there. You wonder where the young Black people are that's out here doing the work. These are a few examples right here, okay? So please go and subscribe to the channel and check them out. We're going to check out this discussion that they had, because right here, For the Culture reacts to Who Can Say the N-Word. I'm going to play this clip that they were reviewing, and I'm going to give my take on this, because y'all know I'm not going to miss any words on this, and they didn't either. And I'm proud to see those from their generation taking this stance, because see, when you talk about generational lineage synergy, each generation has their part to do to clean things up as a whole. And now is the time for us to be looking at how we can do that best across generations and perfecting that. Even when we get things rolling in a good direction, we always need to be looking at how can we perfect it? How can we do better? How can we close up loose ends to not allow certain things into our community that has been historically used to harm us? And we do that by having respect between the generations and supporting one another. And definitely those of us who are older, lift the younger generation up, because that's the future leaders of our people, okay? And these young brothers and sisters right here, they have their minds on straight. They're not going to go for no okie dokes. And that's what Democrats and any political party fears. They cannot be controlled when they understand who their people are and who their lineage is. Part of understanding who your people in your lineage is not letting people disrespect you. We're going to get into playing this clip, and I'm going to stop it and break it down where need be.
I'm from Miami, right? Okay. So Hispanics and Blacks are deep down there in all the poor neighborhoods. We grew up around Cubans since 1981. They live on the block just like us. They got mouthful of gold just like us. They talk like us. That's all they know. Now, if they might go to y'all states and city and y'all not cool with that, they might get flipped. They might get killed.
You say the Cubans grew up with y'all, right? They leave Miami and go to the A. Somebody check them about saying nigga. What's their excuse?
They might get flipped.
Let me stop it right there. You come down here with that and you not of our lineage or what have you, now ain't no might get flipped, or you gonna get flipped. Ain't no might in it. Trust me when I tell you. Let me say something about this N-word conversation. And before I go here, let me go ahead and make it clear, I'm not one of them people that will, if we say it to each other, then we can't say nothing about other people saying the hell we can't. Because you're not going to go in the Asian community, the East Indian, the Arab, or the Hispanic community and call them no type of slurs, and then they turn around and tell their people, well, if we say it to each other, we can't get mad when the Black people call us that. You don't hear that in no other community but mine. That's my personal take on that. And I know other people don't see that the same, but I do, okay? You don't give nobody no pass to disrespect you because of what we do within our culture. It's our culture, whether you agree with the word or not. It's a part of our culture. And we don't let other people disrespect us because of something we do in our culture, whether it's negative or positive. That's a family in-house issue. Now, we can debate amongst ourselves about whether we should or shouldn't say it, but that doesn't give nobody outside the community a pass, okay? So see, one thing about down here in Georgia, not just Atlanta, but most of Georgia, that N-word shit, that don't fly. I don't care if you in a packed stadium. They skip over that part of the word when the song come on. They know what it is. We don't play that. See, we one of the regions in the country where that's very well defined. You won't find Hispanics, white folks, East Indians, Arabs, Asians. You ain't gonna find too many of them throwing that word around because they know what an ass whooping come attached with that. That's the price tag that you pay when you call yourself trying to disrespect us like that, okay? So I just want to make sure that's clear right there. Ain't no mic get flipped. Oh, no, you going to be doing all kinds of gymnastics. You come down here and try that. Let's let it continue.
What I'm saying, though.
They going to get flipped.
So, but it's wrong now.
I love the word. I feel like it's a derogatory way to use the word, and it's a culture way to use the word.
So who can say it to you then?
In your friend group, and you chilling, and that's how y'all talk. It's just a way of speaking. It's not like you're not coming at them. Like, you're not saying that disrespectful.
So that means anybody
If you're not saying you're... If you're...
Now, you see the little tilted back there. That means anybody can see it. No, it don't. Because, see, one of the things that the brothers are, Black Alpha, Alpha Elite, and the sister ZZ brought up was this whole thing about the tether class using the N-word towards us when they're not of our lineage. I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel some type of way about that. I ain't never been one to facilitate that or go along with it. But, see, we understand why they became comfortable doing that. Let's talk about that briefly before we get back into this. What led to them being so comfortable doing it, it's not just that they look like us. The entire world is enamored with Black American culture. So when they start looking at movies like Friday, they listen to hip hop songs. They want to be a part of the culture, but they don't want to be a part of our struggle. They want to take ownership of it and say, yeah, man, because I love hip hop culture, and I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way. That gives me the right to see it. No, it don't. I'm going to tell you why I'm taking that stance on it. Imagine those of us who are foundational Black American freedmen going to another country's culture that looks like us and tell them what the rules are about things in their culture. You understand me? See, you disrespectful out the jump if you still think that you have the right to say that when we telling you, and nah, bruh. Leave that out your mouth. Call me bro, homie, whatever. But that really ain't for you to address me like that. Because, see, you know how a lot of them are raised to think about us. Not all, but too damn many over here. The Candace Owens type. The minute that you fly out your mouth with that Negro word at me disrespectfully, I'm going to treat you like I treat them folks. Oh, yeah, I meant that. I'm not playing about that. You're not going to direct me. You're not going to direct anything disrespectful at me and try to hide it behind, oh, man, I'm a part of the culture. No, you're not. You know why you're not really a part of the culture? You're not a part of my lineage. That's no disrespect to nobody. You hadn't gone through chattel slavery. You hadn't gone through Jim Crow. You hadn't gone through having water hoses and dogs sicked on you. You hadn't gone through having black codes and having your languages stripped away from you. You hadn't gone through your family generational wealth being stripped with the Freedmen's Bank. You hadn't gone through mass incarceration on our specific group of people. You hadn't gone through any of those things to say that you're a part of my struggle or my culture. Just because you wearing the uniform of my skin, you are not one of us. So you need to be humble and be respectful. If somebody from a particular culture tells you, hey, man, you might not mean any harm, but nah, just don't do that over here. Because, see, for the most part, most foundational Black American freedmen, that's how we operate. We don't go around other people disrespecting them at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And if somebody was to come to us and we were around a group of other people that's majority them folks and not of our lineage, and when somebody approaches us and talk like they got some sense and say, hey, man, that was kind of offensive to my people. You know what I'm saying? Could you not do that? You wouldn't even really get an argument from us. You're like, all right, no problem. I didn't know that. I didn't mean it that way. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have to keep telling us about that. We wouldn't sit there arguing you down for the right to say whatever that particular slur or offensive thing is, okay? And people know that about us too. Let's let it continue.
I'm not saying you a nigga. Like, you a nigga. Like, if you're not saying it like that, then...
Yeah, but you're saying that means that you're saying anybody can say it then.
No,
Cause if I have my white friend CB, and I'm like, yo, CB, come here, CB, come here, CB, come here. My friend, he chill with us every day. He chill with us every single day. And he say, and I'm like, CB, like, what's good, my nigga? He just coming, yo, what's up, my nigga? But that's how we talk.
Now, see, I'm gonna tell you the problem that I had right off the bat with this. That's Casanat. He's Haitian. He's not a foundational Black American freedman. He cosplays as us, but he's not one of us. He's Haitian. Let me talk to you tellers about something, man. You don't call hands in our culture about who get passes on what. You not of the culture. You look like us, but you not us. See, that's like, think about it. Let me show you what I mean about that. You remember, I've said before, the phrase, we have to think of our culture as our house, a cultural house, okay? Imagine somebody coming to your house and telling you they don't pay no bills there, their name not on the mortgage, they don't maintain that house, no kind of way. A guest come in your house and start to tell other people coming in that don't live there, oh, just come on and put your feet on the couch. Hey, man, do you live here? No, man, but just go ahead, put your feet on the couch. It don't matter. Go in that refrigerator, huh? Yeah, go in their closet, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a guest doing that in your culture. That's what you tellers sound like. You don't realize it because, see, I know why you think that way. When you come over here, you think this country belongs to the white man only, and you can do whatever you want, especially with our culture. We're here to tell you, no, you're not. It's a brand new day on that. See, the other reason that I have an issue with this, not just because he's Haitian, but because he's being disrespectful. That's how we talk. My nigga, my nigga. You doing that because you want to gain white acceptance. You do not have blood going back to my people's struggle to even be authorized to give nobody a pass on something you're not a part of, you damn dummy. Yeah, I'm going there with it. You would that's one thing I got to say about the South. You really don't see no foundational Black American freedmen running around trying to give white folks a pass to say the N-word. If you see somebody Black down here doing that, they not one of us. And let me tell you something else about that. We have that regulated down here too, because they know they can't come around a group of us that's from the lineage and pull that. Because everybody gonna check you like, hey man, I don't give a damn how cool you and your boy are, what you trying to do, or how well you trying to be accepted by him. We don't play that bullshit down here. You gonna respect our cultural houses. Let it continue.
That's not how we talk. That's not how he talk.
You said specifically that you guys can talk it out loud. If it's not used in any certain way, then it's fine. Okay, for me, if I did that, like, there's consequences.
But you hear what he said. He said that's how. He said that's how we talk. Hold on. But you said that's how we talk. That's not how we talk. If he can't say it.
Now this is like a politically correct answer.
And ain't no we first of all either.
But technically, the only people who have a pass to say the word nigga is foundational Black Americans. We got to a
Now, this brother right here is of our lineage. I want you to hear where he's about to go. I commend him for standing up, but I have one critique of the brother that I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna comment on that when he gets to that part. Let it continue.
Point where anybody who's Black, you know, outsiders don't know who's foundational, who's from the islands, who's from Africa, so they group us, so we've all used it.
Jokingly, I would agree with you, but I just, at the same time, I know, like, society's gonna view him as a Black man. Like, when he gets pulled over by the police, he's gonna be a nigga. He is just as Black as us to America.
And I'm saying that's how.
That talking point by the Tiller class right there, no, we not doing that. When they pull him over, he gonna be just as Black as us, he a nigga. No, we're not doing that, because that's the equivalent of the slave ship dropped us off over here. We're not doing that. Because, see, in your families, a lot of you, your parents taught you to disrespect Black Americans. And also, when you off in your little groups and communities, you got all kinds of slurs and derogatory terms for us, a counter this, a counter that. No, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and allow you to insult me by saying that because they think they slick with that. You're not saying that to us to be a part of the culture. You're saying it to be offensive. I'm going to prove that here a little bit later in this conversation, okay? I'm definitely going to prove that. But I want y'all to listen to what the brother's about to tell him, man. Like I said, I'm going to let him cook, but I'm going to give my critique of something that he did wrong. And in my opinion, I'm going to say this something that does not ever need to be done. When the men are correcting people or standing on business about anything in our culture. Let's let it continue.
how the word spread the way it spread.
Yeah.
And now it's a universal language amongst us all.
First and foremost, the word nigga means a non-tax-paying citizen. At that point in time, post-slavery, that word was used towards African Americans. We were described as Negroes when we came off the slave ships because during the transatlantic slave trade through
First of all, that is not what that word means. But see, what he's trying to do, and see, this is another tactic that Tether class try to do, okay? But most of them that you see over there, except for the brother that identify themselves as a foundational Black American, they are not of our lineage, okay? They're a bunch of cosplaying clowns that ain't gonna never go back to their countries of origins. Or if they were born here, they were anchor babies and taught to be disrespectful. But see, the one that's talking, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna go on record and say he is a Tether. I want you to listen to the way he started talking and then pay attention to the foundational Black American brother with the shirt on over there that's sitting in the background with the chain on. I want y'all to listen to this exchange they're about to have.
the Caribbean islands, the majority spoke Spanish. And because of that, Negro means what in Spanish?
Black.
Black. So they associated with black. The ignorant version of black means nigga.
Now, see, here's another thing, too, where they think that people like us are stupid. Okay, those of our lineage, they think we're stupid. We know what these words mean. So you're not giving us a class on semantics or etymology of words and terms. We know what these terms mean. We know where they go back to historically. The problem is your people, where you from, in these Caribbean nations, continental African nations, y'all don't call yourselves black. You identify by tribe, in some cases social caste. Hey, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not black, I'm Haitian. I'm not black, I'm Kenyan, Nigerian, etc., etc. And I'm not running down all my continental African and Caribbean brothers. I'm not. I'm talking about that tether class amongst you over here, like this little scoop bald head clown. And yes, we're going to go to the hairline, because if he was a foundational Black American freedom brother of that age, one, he wouldn't be wearing that attire. That hairline wouldn't be jacked up like that. That haircut, okay? We got more swag and style with that, even when we get into our older age. That's another reason I'm calling him a tether, but he finna expose himself here in a minute. Let it continue.
Because we were actually non-tax-paying citizens because we weren't considered human beings. So third, when that foundational black shit, nigga, that's crazy. Because at the end of
he just exposed it right there. That foundational black shit. See, tethers take such offense at us identifying our lineage. That foundational black shit, no, we're not playing that. That's just like, okay, that Jamaican shit, that Haitian shit, that Kenyan, East African, Nigerian shit, if we were to say that, you'd be offended. You're not going to keep getting that off about our lineage. Now, you don't have to agree with us calling ourselves anything. It's not up to you to dictate terms of us about anything. But what you're not going to do is keep getting a pass to be disrespectful like that. And I'm going to tell you, it's finna get to the point where people finna start putting paws on you about that disrespectful shit. Let me tell you something. You don't call shots in other people's culture. You're not even from this country. Your punk ass should be glad that my ancestors and elders sacrificed so that you could come over here. Because white folks didn't want your asses over here until we fought for that right for you to come here. On top of that, you didn't build any cornerstone of this nation. You came here after the foundation was laid and took advantage of all the benefits. By cosplaying is something that you're not. That's what you did. And see, this brother here, the foundational Black American brother, he should have checked them on that, man. Another thing I have a problem with is when tethers that are not of our lineage try to recite and recount our history to us as if you know it better than us. How you gonna know the history of a people that has lived it, but you coming at it from something that you seen on TV or read in books or you took some class or something? Let me tell you something. A book, a movie, or a class cannot teach you about what's in my bloodline that I live and breathe. That's an insult for you to even try that. That's just like one of us going to their countries and trying to take this same attitude. And see, let me make this stick for the tethers that might be listening to tether class and no, I'm not calling all melanated people tethers. I'm talking about the ones that have this disrespectful attitude. Imagine if a group of us took this same attitude to any majority black country in the world and took our asses over there with this type of disrespect. And the people are saying, hey, whatever their particular word is, nah, man, outsiders shouldn't use this. We find this offensive. Oh, you just don't know your history. We do love the culture, so we do get to see it. That's just how we talk. You see how stupid we would sound if we did that shit? But all of a sudden, it's supposed to be given a pass over here. It's supposed to be different. Nah, brand new day. We drawing a line in the sand about that. I'm telling you now, keep being disrespectful, and it's going to get to a point you're going to find out how serious we are about that shit. Let's let it continue.
Today, we took that word and we made it, strangely enough, out of love. What y'all don't understand about Hispanic people and Spanish people, they just as black as us. Exactly. When you talk about foundational, Puerto Ricans, Brazilians have black ancestry. You don't understand. I'm a teacher.
Oh, see, this is the part. And see, brothers, this is my other critique of the foundational Black American brother. And this is why I'm always preaching and teaching history to y'all. See, I've said this before, it's time I say it again. When you have a strong command of history, people can't play you like a fool. We know what those islands people were, what they're descended from. But when you fast forward to today, right now in Puerto Rico, the greater majority of the population identifies as white. Go look it up for yourself. Hell, I've been there. I know how they identify. They don't call themselves black. You go down there and say that to a Puerto Rican, man, they'll laugh in your face. They believe in that. Medio de la raza shit, improve the race. They got a version of that over there. Whiten up, so to speak, in case you don't know what that means. Let me tell you something. This little fat tether with these skinny jeans on and ripped jeans, that's another reason I know you're a tether, because most grown men of our lineage that age, we ain't running around here with no damn ripped knees and jeans, okay? We're not doing that. We just like grown-ass men of our age. So that's another reason to let me know we're not from a lineage. Now, the other thing that's going to really give him away is not being one of us. Watch the level of sass that he turns up about fighting us over not saying that word and being disrespectful. I want you to pay attention to this. He about to raise the sass level up. Because see, let me tell you something. For me, I'm not a brother you can do this with. Who knew? You can't do this with me face to face. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any conversation we have, it better be respectful. Because especially you outside of my lineage, you call yourself trying to wolf at me. Hey, man, you ain't going to do too much wolfing before I get some straightening. I'm going to tell you that right now. And people can say, oh, it's just words. Nah, it's deeper than words. I agree. You don't go to putting pause on people about any and everything they say, but it is a time and a place to get some straightening and let people know it's going to be a problem. Why am I saying that? Because if you go to their countries trying to disrespect them the way they disrespect us, they're going to definitely be quick to put hands, feet, and everything else on your ass. So don't think that my people won't do it when it's time to do it. Let's let it continue.
Right quick, my nigga. The problem is that Brazilians have, y'all don't understand culture. Let me cook. I am cooking. I'm cooking fucking Thanksgiving right now, nigga. You about to eat this shit, my nigga.
He said he's schooling people, but he's not schooling people. He running around the block.
What block am I running around?
Hey, the only people.
Hey, my brother, come take a seat real quick.
Take a seat.
Come on, bro.
Go ahead.
Take a seat.
Go ahead. It was one group of people called niggas, and that's the American slaves. Niggas and the Indians too, Native Americans as well.
Was you a slave?
Let me tell you something. That's another critique I have on the brother. When we talking about defending our culture, fuck everybody else. And I'm going to say it just like that. Don't bring up no Native Americans. A lot of them, if you know your history, which is why I say we need to have a strong command of it, a lot of those 5 civilized tribes, they owned our people. Oh, yes. Them 5 civilized tribes had slaves. So when we're defending us, we don't need to defend nobody else but us. That's what delineation is all about. That has been done to our detriment, bringing in other groups, trying to take over them. No, let them have their own spokespersons. This is the hour of history where everybody need to carry their own weight. So I understand that the brother was trying to be cordial, trying to bring the conversation back on the rails. But nah, let me tell you something, man. When your opponent gets disrespectful, it's time for you to meet disrespect with disrespect. You don't back down from that. And I know that wasn't his intention, but it comes across that way. Let these other groups have their own spokespeople. Let's let it continue, because I have another critique of the brother here.
My ancestors was.
How you know?
What you mean? How I know?
How you know? Do you know your lineage?
Absolutely.
We know you was a slave, my nigga.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying is this: that foundational Black American shit, that's some bullshit.
See, when he said that, I'll be like, hey man, first and foremost, you're gonna put some respect on my lineage. Just like I'm not talking down about any other Jamaican, Haitian, or African in this room, you're not going to keep doing that with my lineage, okay? And see, let me tell you something. When I would have said that to him, I wouldn't have been smiling. And I'll be like, hey, man, did you understand what I said? Now, if you don't, I'll put it in a way that you can understand it. See, let me tell you why I'm talking that way. So for all the people like, oh, my God, he's advocating violence, you can shut the fuck up. When you are a man and you are a gatekeeper, keeping the gate is a serious job. Keeping the gate doesn't just start with opening the gate physically and letting danger in. You let anything know that's passing by this gate, like, hey, watch how you still come across this point. Because on the other side of this gate is my family and my community. You're not going to even get started being disrespectful within the vicinity of the gate, okay? And that applies to verbal situations like this about our lineage. We do not have to sit here and let these people disrespect us like that. He done said that multiple times now, that foundation of Black American shit. Give a damn if you agree with the term or not. That's what we decided to call ourselves. And whatever other term we use, Solon, whatever it is, okay? If it's referring to our people, you're going to be just as respectful as you would want us to be to you. Because see, I'm going to tell you something. This is a Caribbean dude. I'm looking at his mannerisms and everything. This dude ain't one of us. The fat guy in the jean jacket over here, the pudgy bastard. Boy, see, boy, he better be glad I wasn't in that room, bro. That conversation would have got straightened out real fast, quick fast in here. I'm like, hey, man, I'm not going to keep arguing with you back and forth. Then talking about how do you know about your own lineage? See, that let me know he's not one of us anyway, because see, think about it. When the last time you ever heard another foundation of Black American freedmen, even the coons, talk that disrespectfully about our lineage? Yeah, they'll buck dance, assemble, and tap dance, but they don't really, if they're of the lineage, it's a line that they won't cross with that. Y'all ever notice that? Then look how animated he is. See, I would have asked him, I would have said, man, what you so threatened about my people identifying as we choose to? Because see, unlike those of them that come from these nations where these white folks named them, we gave ourselves that title. Right now, one of the most pathetic things in the world, and it's something that I wish would change. I don't say this with any joy. This is the place I'm about to go. In many continental African nations, man, they still going by what the colonizers named their tribes and their nations. One of the first things you must do when you get free, and I got to give credit to the late, great Robert Mugabe for this. When he came to take power and he took over, took his country back, that white supremacist named it Rhodesia, he changed the name. He was like, hell no, fuck that. You out and your name is going with you, you son of a bitch. It's Zimbabwe from now on. Shout out to the late, great Robert Mugabe, one of the most educated African presidents. This man had multiple degrees, about 7 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And he put boots to ass to take his country back by fighting with the people. He didn't go send somebody to do it. He was like, no, man, we got a nation to take back. These motherfuckers don't belong here. That's why they put sanctions on Zimbabwe to this day. And it's part of the reason why Haiti's under sanctions. For the life of me, I don't understand why Haiti and Zimbabwe don't join up and join forces and do economic trade, and the rest of the continents, rest of the nations on the continent don't back them up. Haiti should have been a part of the African Union, but see, I digress. They got to figure that out for themselves. My point is this: when it comes to you actually being independent and free of your colonizer, you throw away everything that they forced upon you. You dictate the terms of what you call yourselves, your land, and how you govern your society. You don't stick to their old ways, and then got to go back to these continental African nations again. I'm not going to even tell you the number. I'm going to give you a bit of homework to do. Look up how many African nations are willingly a part of the British Commonwealth right now in 2024. Go look that up. How you going to willingly be a part of the damn colonizers that devastated your land and robbed your people and still got their foot on your necks through your economy today? Go look that up. Just look up how many African nations are willingly a part of the British Commonwealth. Not they forced you to. You got your independence on paper, but you willingly want to be up under them damn folks. That says a lot about a mentality of any group of people that want to sit there and accept that. And I hope that that changes with the youth. Okay, I want to see more countries over there on the continent take the role of Burkina Faso, Niger, okay, and Mali. That needs to be the new way under the sun. Now, they got some things they need to work out with that. They better not trust them Russians. But, again, they're finding their way. Bottom line is, when you come over here In our cultural house, you're going to operate by our rules or you won't be a part of our cultural houses. Let it continue.
That's my personal belief.
Though. That's what that means. That
my
means
nigga, you're going to be viewed as a nigga. You Ethiopian, right? You Ethiopian, right?
Right.
1 o'clock in the morning.
All these niggas is my niggas, but I'm saying.
Okay then.
There's my other critique of the brother right there. See, if you trying to straighten something out, this goes back to what I've said before about if you cleaning the house up, you don't sweep dirt in the corner and be like, I'm going to sweep all the dirt out itself for that. When you straightening something, listen to me. My young brothers, listen to me. When you straighten something, you don't turn around and then say, oh, them my niggas right there. No, they're not. Because they're not a part of the lineage. See, what you doing, he didn't realize that, and everybody makes mistakes. He was enabling them then. See, think about it. That's confusing. How you gonna halfway have a problem with what I say, then you turn around and call me the same thing that you telling me I shouldn't have the right to say? In other words, that means that, oh, man, we ain't got to take you serious. You're not going to really take a stand. Now, that wasn't that brother's intention, but that's how that comes across. Let it continue.
So you with me, my nigga?
The word started. I'm saying who
the word started with who?
With a specific group of people that was already here.
Who was the people, my nigga?
The Native Americans.
My nigga.
Notice this chunky Caribbean motherfucker, because this ain't one of us. I doubt he is. Somebody has to prove it. This chunky Caribbean tether, he keeps saying that as a passive-aggressive way to be disrespectful. I'm going to tell you right now, bruh. I'm not sure where this was taped. This would have went different had you come down here where we at and tried to have this conversation. Because, see, the brothers down here, let me tell you something. I'm not the only brother in Georgia that have this type of mindset. Oh, I am far from the only one, trust me. Man, I got an uncle I really wish he would sit there and try to have that type of conversation with that sassy energy. And let me tell you something, boy. Woo, that is not the one right there. I got to interview one of my uncles too, man. I got to try to take time to do that. And a lot of y'all going to be like, oh, okay, I see where that come from. Okay. And so are people in my family. I got to make time to do that. We got a lot that we're going to have to bring to y'all here going forward. But regardless of anything that they was talking about on a cordial sense, when you call yourself trying to be passive-aggressively disrespectful towards me like that, now I got to match your energy. I'm going to be directly disrespectful towards you. Sitting up here built like a little Teletubby, man. See, I don't have the patience for that type of disrespect. Let's let it continue.
They didn't call niggas, my nigga.
And the niggas that came on the same shit.
Nigga.
Them two groups of people.
No.
It's called niggas.
No.
Niggers.
Family, I hope you understand that what that fat chunky tether was trying to do was sit there and passive aggressively disrespect him to his face as a way to say, what you gonna do if I keep on doing it? Sometimes when you pull that, you're gonna meet the right people like, okay, let me go ahead and show you what the business is gonna be about that. Huh? They better learn who to play with, because see, we enter into a brand new era here. A lot of the things that you become accustomed to the class, that's going out the window, because see, what I just showed you right there, that's one of the things that black men and black women from our lineage need to be lockstep on, as far as like how you address us, how you talk to us, how you treat us. You gonna make sure that you put respect on that. I don't give a damn what movie you saw. I don't give a damn about what particular individual you isolate in our community that did something. If we as a collective address you with respect, that's what you gonna do with us. If not, cool. We can have all kinds of problems, but one thing about it, whatever those problems are, we got the answer to it and we will solve it. You can learn the lesson the easy way or the hard way. I don't care which. I'm prepared for both. And most of my people are as well. So family, I think I got my point across tonight here with this broadcast. It shall remain up as far as I'm concerned, but if they do anything to it, she'll definitely put it on Patreon where everybody can access it. And let me leave you with this too, family, as we get ready to close out here tonight. Whatever you do in life, no matter whether you're a man or a woman of our lineage or outside of our lineage, you need to ask yourself a question. After my time on this planet is finished, what will be my legacy? How will I be remembered? Will my very legacy be something that inspires other generations of my family that I have had never got to meet? Will it leave a standard after I'm gone that says this is the way forward because of this elder in our family right here? Is that what you're going to pass down, something of honor, or is it going to be something connected to dishonor? We all have to make that choice. Salute to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. We're going to have that broadcast about GMRS radios coming up on Patreon tomorrow in the Black Ocean Zone 2 tier. That's it. Black first, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in future content.